Hi guys, it's Debbie, and I'm going to do a portrait painting tonight. Surprise, surprise! I've probably done quite a few of these. I don't even know how many, but I was just looking around the room and thinking, gosh, I've done an awful lot of these fluid paintings. Anyways, I showed you in a previous video that, and I told you that I like to mix large batches of paint. Ugh, I can't talk right. Anyways, I am going to store eventually all of them in these in these little squeeze bottles. They have the little, make sure it's got that on when you buy it so you can keep it sealed. I'm telling you, when I opened this up today, it was just like I left it. I shook it up and it was just like I left it. Unlike when I've been storing these, and already this one here, sorry, it's getting a little skin across the top. That's this one here. And it's only been sitting, it's probably been sitting about 30-40 minutes, so really, by the time I get all the paints mixed up and everything in them and, you know, everything ready. But when I store these, I put usually a little squirt of water and a little baggie over it. And that works fine. I kind of like these a little bit better because the consistency that you leave it in this is pretty much, when I open it back up, it's the same as when I left it. Unlike with these, you know, you got to put another little squirt of water in it, and you know, I have to switch these out every, I don't know, what, week or so, because so much paint accumulates around the edge and, you know, pieces come off. So another way to keep them covered is to put, you know, like I have this little one, and just put that on top, and that does work really well. That works really well, which I was surprised, you know, but you still should give them a little squirt of, I'll use a little spray bottle and just give them a little spray, a little drop of that. And that's, you know, anyways, this is the big change. That's how I've been doing it to keep them covered, and this is I like this. I just got to get used to not constantly stirring them. I'm going to have to feel them before I start painting, and as long as they're the right consistency, as long as I know they're the right consistency, maybe just give them a shake, and I'm ready to go. So, anyways, I have acrylics and latex paints. All my paints are mixed with this silicone. I bought it at Lowe's. I like it a lot. And let's see. That's about it. Everything's kind of ready to go, so we're going to paint. I'm going to bring it down. Okay. This one, I'm going to start with blue. Deep, deep blue. And get that poured into my cup. And this is a 16-ounce cup. And for an 8x10, you really only need to fill it halfway. I tend to go 3/4, but it's not needed. So lately I've been trying to stop a little sooner because I have a lot of overflow all the time. So anyways, that's just my thoughts on that situation. Probably going to make a bunch of green with the blue and yellow right now. And now I'm going to use one of my little bottles, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and squirt it in. You could take the lid off. I like to look inside and see what's going on though. Not that it's a huge indicator of what's happening in there. Just so you know, it's not sort of, but sort of not. Now, since it's going to be extremely dark, well, I think it's going to be. I have no idea. Thoughts on this one? This is my favorite blue, so, you know, sometimes it's got to have a little of that, maybe. Or a lot of that. I don't know. It's one thing about using this white. I mean, using these things, it really shoots out in a little fine spray. So if you don't get the same effects you were getting, take the lid off, and it won't go in so powerfully, like it was. I think that's going to be it for this one. I got a little more than half of the cup ready. I'm just going to move everything over. Someday I won't have to worry about that too much, because if the tip's over, it'll be in these containers. So, I like to mix my paints too, as I always say, about a milk of magnesia. Only thing I can think of to compare it to. So, and let's see, I'll do a quick hit with the torch. I was thinking about doing the heat gun, but that's plenty of stuff going on. There was plenty a minute ago. All right. One thing I like when I paint on the square canvases is a little nicer, because you don't have to, when you paint on the square ones, look, I just picked up a cell and kind of set it down in there. Did you see that? Well, right there, but it's kind of going off the side now. This might be a little unlevel. I don't worry about too much about how level it is, because I'm usually moving this around so much that but my table's generally pretty level. Where I dry it at is level. That part is very important, to have that very level. Really changing, isn't it? Kind of wish I wouldn't have hit it with the torch. But I did. So now I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this. Got a lot of green on these corners now. Let me think about this for a second. I'm going to add some white to that. I'm going to add some white to the pour cup. I just feel like, oh, I'm losing that. I don't want it to drain too much right now until I figure out what I'm doing. Okay, I just squirt some in there. Could you see me do that? I'm not sure. I wasn't looking up there. There's a lot of green in there right now. I had a feeling there would be with all the yellow, and I just want to, well, it's very busy. Let's just put it that way. I still think I need a lot more white. Trying to think of some of the other paintings I did that I liked that had a lot of white in them. Let's see. I might have just ruined it. But we'll see. I thought it was way too busy. That's the thing. You get too many cells going on these. You gotta be careful. You can get, you know, it kind of like, I can, you know, you might not have the best of pour. So, I still want a little more white, I think, because I don't know what I'm doing. How many of you guys get in that? Like, especially with this kind of painting, you have to think so fast. I mean, this is over and done, you know, and not a very fast time. Once all this paint pulls off of here, you know, you may have to rework it because it's not going to move too much. So, just trying to visualize what's going to happen as you move it around. I like the little blue cells over here. I like that. I like these little yellow with little green ones there. Those little things I like on here. I just was just too busy for a little bit there. So now it's just trying to turn it into a nice painting. And catch it before you pour too much off, before you don't like it. Now I have to admit I like this better than what it was. See, I have a ton of paint that comes off. Still, at half a cup, I could get away with doing way less. But for today's painting, this was good because I needed to keep moving because I didn't like what I had. But as of right now, I don't think it's really too bad. I mean, I don't know what you think, but I'm kind of liking it. So we'll see how it ends up. But some of my favorite ones have a lot of white in them, and it's kind of plain where that's at because it's so busy everywhere else. And you artists out there, you know, you're in a painting, your eye needs a place to rest. So, anyways, try to tilt it again. Okay, guys. Anyways, it doesn't really matter if you set it in your puddle of paint either, because by the time you pour it off the paint, it's got paint all over the sides. It's got paint everywhere. Anyways, guys, I thank you so much for stopping by.